Okay, as we've been telling you most of the morning, Orel Hershiser is our guest today. He is currently in the Mark and Brian limo with Bill from Sunset Limousine Service. We thought we'd buzz him and see how he likes his limo this morning.
All right, you got the number over there?
All right, now what's the deal? He requested some food?
He wanted 2 Egg McMuffins and a lot of orange juice.
Okay, we got to check, make sure he was taking... Because now yesterday, the donuts were not there for Ike Turner, and that went over real well.
Pissed him off.
Oh, he really
Almost
did.
didn't want to come in.
All right, we're buzzing him now.
This is the same limo that Ike rode in, right?
It certainly is.
Oh, boy.
Orel sitting in the same seat that Ike sat in.
Kind of scary.
Yeah, it could be.
Hope they cleaned up after him.
No telling what Ike left behind. There just ain't no telling.
All right.
Or one of his Ikeettes, for that matter. Let's let Bill get his advertisement in here. Let's do this plug.
Sunset Limousine.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. This is Mark and Brian, Bill.
Hi, how you doing, guys?
Fine. Is Orel back there?
Yes, he is.
Put him on if you could.
Okay, hold on. Un momento.
Orel?
Un momento.
Yeah, thanks. How you doing, Orel?
We're doing great.
How's the limo so far?
All right, we're going to do the show from this parking lot here on the 110.
How are you now?
Absolutely.
Hey, you want to roll down your window and tell somebody who you are?
Well, we're going about 40 miles an hour. I don't want to bar.
No, you probably wouldn't want to stick your head out. Did you get, by the way, your Egg McMuffins?
Not yet, because we're going to have that in studio.
Oh. That's what they've told you.
Yeah.
We may have to make a run down there ourselves and make sure you get what you've asked for.
Before I get halfway, can I negotiate my appearance fee?
Absolutely, bud. What are you looking for?
Yeah, what did you want here?
Well, I get about $1,500 an hour.
Yeah, we got your $1,500, pal.
Yeah, got it with us right now.
It's hanging.
Like to show it to you.
Real soon.
You hear anything about that Ben Johnson steroid thing?
Yeah.
Well, they'll never accuse me of that.
No, absolutely not.
Wait till you see this body.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we can hardly wait.
Yes, sir. So you're saying you're going to peel some clothes while you're here, Orel?
No, I don't think I'll be peeling much of anything.
All right, you pal.
Well, we're both going to kiss you full on the mouth when you get here.
Big old tongue kiss.
Tonsil
Thank
grabber.
you. Talk about front runners.
That'd be us,
That's
pal.
it. Oh, listen.
I never got invited when I was 16 and 16.
Okay, well, Orel, hurry up and get here.
Okay,
See
you
you-
tell the driver that.
All right, we'll see you soon.
All right, bye.
So long. Well, there he is, Orel Hershiser, displaying a fine sense of humor there. Could be a real perky show.
Maybe it wasn't a sense of humor. Maybe he really wants $1,500 for this damn appearance.
Well, we'll deal with that then.
Now, see, we have a surprise for Orel. We're going to have to feel him out.
Yeah.
Not feel him up, but feel him out.
Pretty much.
And see if he's going to want to go out and play with us.
May want to feel him up, too.
Well, you never know. I'll cop a feel off of Orel.
I'll grab it.
I mean, he's Orel Hershiser.
Certainly is.
Yeah.
All right, he'll be here shortly, so we invite you to stand by. We'll let Todd do a thing with him and find out all kinds of information, and then we'll get to him and do our thing.
Get with your agent and start thinking about negotiations. But it's too soon to bring up, hey, Orel's going to get a big contract next year. First off, that's the obvious. Of course, a guy who's going to win the Cy Young, sets a record, 23-8, is going to get a big contract raise. It's not even a story this time of year. Take a hike, Mike. Matt McHale, Daily News baseball writer.
Todd?
Yeah.
Orel is here.
Fantastic.
You just
This
heard
guy-
everything you said.
Hey, and isn't that correct, Orel?
Orel, this is Todd Donahoe. He is our sports prognosticator, impersonal type of jerk.
Yeah.
And he
And,
But Orel, isn't that absolutely correct? Like as if as soon as
He
you
didn't
got
hear
done
what you
throwing that
said.
59 scoreless inning, you said, "Boy, I'm going to get a big raise next year."
That's exactly what I said.
Yes, right. That's absurd.
Whatever you say, Todd, you're the expert right
No,
now.
no, no. Of course, you're looking forward to Tuesday and Dodger Stadium. That's the only thing that's on your mind, right?
Yeah, Tuesday against the Mets is the big day.
And Dwight Gooden is pitching for the Mets.
Yes, and I'm not really worried that much about Dwight. I'm worried about the other 8 guys they're going to put on the field.
Yeah, but now think about this. I was reading this earlier, and Orel, you can confirm this. Dwight Gooden, in his career at Dodger Stadium, is 4-0 with a 0.34 earned run average. I mean, that's incredible.
That is. It's unbelievable, and that just shows you I'm going to have to throw another shutout.
And the Dodgers will have to score more than .34 runs in that game, too, because you got to score at least one.
Well, maybe we can go after a half. If we get a run, maybe we get a runner to third, they'll count it.
That's right. Kind of .75 runs win the game.
I will give him that one.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want me to finish the sports here, then you got Orel or what?
yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's just quickly get through it. Football picks time,
Yeah,
okay?
okay, we're ready.
I was 3-1 last week. Here we
Absolutely.
go this week. Hey.
I mean, they're paying $1,500 an hour for me to be here, and you're talking like this.
And 2 Egg McMuffins.
Yeah, they just
Orel,
arrived.
they're paying you less than they're paying me, so there. It's his 60th home run of the season. And this date in sports history, September 30th, 1984, Mike Witt of the Angels pitches a perfect game.
That's Orel Hershiser doing that to you.
Now it's stuff the commissioner.
All right, quickly, Rick, are you there? Yeah. Thanks, Rick. And Todd, thanks a lot.
Yeah, these reports are going longer because the Olympics come once every 4 years, and you got to give it their just
Yeah, and
due.
Orel only comes like once every lifetime.
Now that I've heard Todd, I know I have a post-career opportunity.
No, just kidding, Todd.
And congratulations, Orel, too, I might add, on the 59 scoreless innings.
Thank you.
All righty. We'll come back. We'll talk with Orel, find out all the neat crap we need to find out, and you will have a chance to call up and ask Orel pretty much anything you want.
So don't go nowhere. This is Mark and Brian on KLOS. Without further ado, let's just bring him in. We have heroes here in the city, and this is the hero of the year, perhaps of the decade. And with his disposition, he doesn't like to be called a hero.
No, he doesn't.
But we'll call him a hero anyway because we're not going to pay him the $1,500.
He expects us to.
So forget that. Please welcome Orel Hershiser.
Orel, thanks for coming in, dude.
It's my pleasure.
How was the limo ride? Good for you?
The limo was outstanding.
Did you smell any Ike in the limo? Was the stench still there?
Ike
No,
Turner.
no. But those drivers, the qualifications must be really high to be a driver in that limo. I mean, we were going about 5 miles an hour. We got up to 40, and he goes, "Now we're moving." These guys are great.
Holy cow. Well, it is over with as far as the pressure of breaking the record. Does it feel good to have that? Is it a relief to be done with that?
This is the fun part. The out there between the lines is not fun at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the hard part, when the weight of the world is just on your shoulders out there, and every pitch, the world is just hanging on it, watching it. And it really didn't get that way until about the 6th or 7th inning, because I really didn't have a chance early in the game. But as the game went on, things got tougher and tougher, and it got more exciting. I just wanted to get to that point in the game when you could have that feeling of having a shot.
When did you decide to go ahead and try to break the record? Because for a while you were saying you didn't want to break it.
Well, the fact that I could still do it in a starting role instead of coming in relief here in Dodger Stadium. I just thought, in respect to the record, in respect to the man who held the record, Don Drysdale, I just thought that for me to walk out to the mound in Dodger Stadium and just go out there to break the record when I should really be resting for the playoffs for the Mets, it's like slapping somebody in the face and saying, well, I have an opportunity to go get an inning, and I'm just going out there to break the record. I mean, I'm not even going out there for any purpose in baseball other than to break a record, and it just wouldn't have been right. So I was going to go out there and just pitch 2/3 of an inning and walk off and just take the tie. But the fact that we didn't score any runs and the game went 10 innings, I was legitimately supposed to be on the mound at that moment. I had thrown a shutout. I had only thrown 98 pitches, and no matter if I'd have been in the midst of a record or not, I would have been the guy still on the mound.
So you opted to do your job.
That's about right. I pulled Tommy Lasorda, Ben Hines, and Ron Paranowski.
You pulled Tommy Lasorda.
Like to see that sometime,
You know
Orel.
how painful that can be. What the hell happened there?
Well, that was a quick one, and I went down to Ben.
So anyway, you pulled him aside.
I pulled them both aside, and then I looked at the whole situation and said I should go out there and do my best for the team, for no matter what. I just read the situation as it wasn't any record on the line. Should I have been on the mound?
Right.
And I should have been on the mound, being a Dodger and being where I was at. That's where I needed to be, and that's where I should have been. The fact that the relief appearance, if that had came up and the game had ended at 9 innings and I'd have been tied, I shouldn't have been on the mound when they sent me out to the mound for the relief appearance to go out and break the record.
Right.
And so I felt like I'll just go out and tie it.
What goes through your mind? You've done 58, you've tied. What goes out when you're walking out for that 59th inning? How do you do it?
We saw you leaving. We saw you leaving the mound after the 58th, or it might have been the 57th, and
Right.
you were talking to yourself and just pumped up as you could be.
Well, at the end of the 57th, I had just picked off Roberto Alomar at first base.
We've done that
Yeah.
too, by
and
the
I
way.
would have you.
Is that when you knelt down on the ground hoping that pitch would make it to first?
No, that was the next inning after they hit the ground ball to Hamilton. But at the part when I picked off Alomar, I was very, very mad at myself when I came off the mound. I was talking to myself because I had just said to myself before I picked him off that I was going to throw over there about 5 or 6 times in a row. And the first move I was making was just one to set him up to try and pick him off. And so I was just going to lob the ball over to first base. And as I turned just to lob the ball, I saw that he had making a move towards second. I had a quick throw it as hard as I could to try and pick him off.
Yeah.
And as I got the guy out, I felt very fortunate, but I started yelling at myself because we're taught in spring training and by some of the higher coaches, and some of the coaches don't like it. But some coaches don't like the setup move of just lobbing the ball because you might blow it like I almost did. And I started yelling at myself like, you dummy, you got to pick him off almost every time. Give him the good move. And I just said, you almost blew the streak because you outthought yourself.
Well, it was a great moment for not only for the Dodgers, but for the city of Los Angeles. We were all pulling for you, and for you, we're glad it's over with, because you look like a pretty relaxed guy.
I'm very relaxed now.
Even though you've got a big playoff, you start Tuesday night. Dwight Gooden's going to be on the mound for the Mets. Do you not?
Well, now is we've played 100 and 62 games to really get into a Russian roulette situation. Anything can happen in a short series. We're going to go out there against a team that's beat us 10 out of 11 times, but I think we're out there with a fresh start, and we've got a clean slate, and we're going to go out there. The adrenaline's going to be pumping. Both teams are going to be on the field at the same time with the same opportunity to win, and we're just going to see how it turns out.
Then it just gets
We're
you
up for it now.
Could we play right field, both of us? I mean,
we'll just stand there.
Yeah, we'll just take a chance at it.
Or be your towel boys.
You wanna
Maybe wipe the sweat off your brow.
Put you in right field. We might need more than both of you.
Wait, what are you saying there, Earl? What do you
I think you haven't seen us play.
All right, we've got 22 minutes till 9. Thousands of questions that we can ask, and of course the listeners, again, will have a good chance at calling up and asking their questions. So if you'd like to do that, feel free to call our request lines now.
All right, we're going to be back. I think we have traffic or news?
Traffic.
Okay, Rita's going to be... Rita, join in here.
Yeah, well,
Rita,
how you doing, Orel?
All right,
Congratulations.
Thank
I'm real
you.
happy for you. And, don't worry about this, just winning one game against the Mets this year. You guys are going to do it.
Oh, by the way, Rita, don't you have something real special for Orel after the big show is over? Don't you? Were you tell us about that earlier, right?
What's that?
Well, we don't want to get into it right now, but Rita, you know what we're talking about here. Huh?
Little
Don't you?
gift.
Come on, Rita,
Little
come
gift.
on. Probably
We're
not.
going to be gone.
Yeah,
We'll be
just
back.
forget-
The thing is, Orel, now... See, Orel, if you put your finger like this over the ball, and then the thumb around
You
it,
got to wrap it right there on that
see,
side.
and then if you
grab
let
tight.
go of it, see,
Yeah.
you'll be able to
Perfect.
pound that thing through a wall.
Exactly. And don't forget to be sure and use
Right.
your legs on that.
Right, the leg power is important.
Oh, 95.5 KLOS at 12 minutes now till 9 o'clock. Just a few tips for the big Orel.
Just a few things. I'm just showing Orel how to do the thing. You can use those in the game coming up. Would you like?
Well,
Okay,
at least I have an excuse if I get ripped against the Mets. I got tips from here.
blame it on us.
I will gladly take the blame.
You were sharing something pretty damn dynamic during the last song. What goes through your mind on that last pitch? The pitch that's going to do it for you.
Well, working up to that point, even I wanted to throw 5 scoreless, 6 scoreless innings going into the game just to get to that feeling, to have everybody in the ballpark have that feeling, including myself, of that moment when a guy's got a perfect game going, and you just want to have that feeling when no one will even get up to go get a Coke or a hot dog. They want to stay in their seat and watch. They're not going to miss this point, and I wanted to get to that. And when I did, it was an unbelievable feeling, because when you're on the mound and you've got that ball in your hand and you're the last one that's going to touch it before something special happens, you just want to do everything you can with it to make sure it happens.
So how do you keep the tunnel vision without going, oh my God, this is the pitch, oh my God? How do you
Well,
do that?
We talked, and when I'm on the grass, I allow myself to be myself, to be animated, to be anybody I want to be, the way Orel Hershiser is anywhere. But once I get on the dirt, I've found that when I get on the dirt area and then get onto the rubber and have my eyes focused on the ground, and then I slowly bring them up to the grass and then to the dirt again at home plate, and I finally find Mike Scioscia and his glove and his fingers, that's the tunnel vision starts to come in, and I'm just thinking, I'm reducing the game to its simplest form, and that is to execute the pitch. I'm not thinking about, oh no, if I make a bad pitch here, I'm going to give up a hit. Oh no, a home run's going to ruin the streak. Oh no, I can't do this.
Now, was that type of discipline, obviously, that you can shut everything out, was that self-taught? Did you have someone show you how to do that, or did it come naturally with your kind of pitching?
I'm naturally an experimenter and a pretty logical person. I deal with reality, and I've just evolved into that kind of stance as far as mental discipline out there. I was very bad at it early in my career as a minor leaguer. I used to walk one batter per inning and just really be lackadaisical out there, like this game is fun, and if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't.
Doesn't matter.
And that kind of thing, I found out that's not the best that I am when I'm in that kind of mode. And so I've just found that I have to be as disciplined as possible out there and almost like a robot mentally. Physically, I'm not. I allow myself to be animated and talk to myself and get on myself and give facial expressions and to really be, as much of a person as I want to be. But mentally, believe me, I am wearing myself out.
Have you gone home, sat down in the living room in your favorite chair, and thought about the fact that you have done what every boy dreams about doing and realized that you have made history in the game of baseball?
The thing that hits me there mostly is that I want to share my life, that part of me, with everybody, because that was my dream when I was 8 years old. And when I was 8 years old, I won a contest, the Persona baseball contest that was hit, throw, and run. It was like punt, pass, and kick.
Right,
And I got to go to Yankee Stadium as an 8-year-old and to throw and to hit in Yankee Stadium. And I was third in the nation in that contest. And I can remember.
We were first and second.
We sure
But I can,
Yeah.
I can remember as an 8-year-old.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
can remember you guys.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. What goes through your mind when Don Drysdale's up there? And how supportive was he as the record drew nearer?
Don and I really avoided each other. Not the fact that we didn't like each other. We like each other a lot, and we've become friends, and we've been invaded into each other's lives now.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we didn't want to jinx each other. He didn't want to jinx me, and I didn't want to sit around and talk about it.
Right.
It wasn't the kind of thing where I went home and think, oh, I've got the streak going. Okay, tomorrow the first pitch has got to be this. You know, I've got to really. I just went about every game in my normal manner, and trying to be as relaxed as possible, because for me to think about the game, even if it's a normal game and I'm not in the midst of a streak, can just drive me crazy. I do things to distract myself. I'll listen to the radio, you know, to you guys, of course.
Yeah, thanks, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
I just go home and listen to stereo. I'll go out and play with my kids and just do anything to distract myself to keep away from the game. And then once the game comes, then that total intensity comes in. And I can't carry that intensity around with me. It's just impossible.
So you stayed away from Don, and Don stayed away from you until when?
Until the interviews forced us together, until the team bus, when he would ride it out because he's a broadcaster with us and I'm on the ball club, until we're at the ballpark and in passing, we just joke and laugh about different things. But we're just always thinking that we could get an endorsement here or there together now. we're both putting in swimming pools. And,
let's put some bucks on this thing.
Yeah.
Well, now he was saying that if you weren't going to go for the record, that he was going to come out there and make you do it.
Well, that's the thing. I said that I wanted to just tie him, and he said that if I found out that was your thinking, he said I'd have kicked you in the butt and gotten you right back out there.
And he would have.
He probably would have. That's the kind of guy he is. He's very competitive. He's a great human being. And the thing about me wanting to break the record or not wanting to break the record is I respect his talent and who he is and what he accomplished. And I don't even think I can hold any part of his ability in this body. And I think he's a much better pitcher than I am. So for Orel Hershiser's name to be at the top of that list now with Carl Hubble and Walter Johnson and Don Drysdale and Bob Gibson, those are all Hall of Famers, and here I am at the top, and I've been in the big leagues for 5 years and accomplished a few things, but
Orel, if you don't mind, we both just like to French kiss you.
Right now.
Some tongue
If we
action.
could.
Just a quick thing.
And pop a few feels, if you don't mind.
Let us rub your breast
Full
for
on
a
the
while.
month. Make it hard. Make it hard.
Okay, something that we had wondered about. An athlete will always have little superstitions, little things that he goes through, but especially a pitcher. They probably have days of these special little things they'll go through. What is your special progress before a big game?
Well, I wouldn't classify many as superstition because everything has been filed in there for a reason. And the day after the game is my hardest day. That's my hardest workout day. I want to get the most blood flow and get the stiffness out, and really, like a marathon runner, I'm going to have my hardest workout so that I can start gearing my body up for the big marathon ahead. But I don't want to be working out as hard as I can the day before. I want to be resting. So the first day after is the hardest day. I'll get on a thing called the Versa Climber, where you can climb a mountain, like in Rocky 3. They had that Drago or whoever climbing that thing, and I get on that, and I do lift Nautilus, and I lift free weights for different parts of my arm to keep it strong, and we get maybe on a hot and cold program to get some blood flow going in there, and we've got different electronic machines they can hook up to your arm to even increase blood flow to get things working.
What else can they hook those machines up to? Little party.
A lot of things.
So you don't lay your socks a special way on the bench before you put them on, that kind of thing?
No, I don't. I go to my locker. My locker looks like a typhoon hit it. I get 15, 20 pieces of fan mail a day. They go in there, and I pull them out one at a time and take care of them, and then the socks just get thrown in, and this kinetic energy has just hit my locker.
So if you write him a letter, it could very well end up next to a sock.
Think about that at the
Sure.
house.
Smell it when it comes back.
Holy
Do you
cow.
answer all your fan mail somehow?
I'm maybe 2 years behind, but I somehow answer it
you
all.
really?
Oh, it's
Well, you're
hard.
going to get a whole bunch more now.
Yeah, things have just happened to my baseball card right now that you can't believe. Just there's collectors and everything are out there, and now
Sure.
with the chance at the Cy Young, the value goes up, and people want the autograph, and now with the record, so more and more people will want to collect my card, and that'll bring the fan mail up, and I'll probably have to hire a personal secretary.
Oh, geez, too bad, Orel. Oh, geez.
Mark and Brian were looking for a second job anyway.
They were.
A lot of analysts would say that you were not a front runner for the Cy Young, but now, of course, you are. What do you think? You gonna get it?
Am I going to get it?
Yeah. Because we can make a phone
have
call
a
right
chance.
now, and like that,
We'll take care of
we'll
it.
have that Cy Young for you like that.
Well, I'd rather have the proper guys who have to vote for it take care of it.
Oh,
and
yeah,
see-
those guys.
See, it'd make it worth more to me.
What would mean more? Cy Young, World Series?
Oh, I would trade 3-4 Cy Youngs for a world championship. For me to go home and gloat in a personal glory of going home and sitting in my easy chair and listening to my stereo and saying, hey, I accomplished something, I'm a Cy Young Award winner, compared to being able to have that camaraderie with 24 other individuals and a coaching staff and that bond over a lifetime and wearing that ring and having reunions with those guys and rehashing all the great moments, that
nice.
would be unbelievable.
Worth any piece of metal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, then go get both of them.
That'd be great.
Cy Young and the World Series.
What do you think has been the biggest thing in the change in the Dodgers? I mean, last year was a pretty dismal season. Do you think it's been Kirk Gibson and the pitching of yourself?
Well, I think that the main change in our ball club was in the last 2 years we didn't have enough talent in our locker room to compete on a day-in and day-out basis with the rest of the National League. We could win any given day when you took the field. Any baseball team can. But when you look at our lineup over the whole course of a season, you knew that we were in trouble. There wasn't enough depth. And what Fred Clare did, our general manager, is he went out and got us a lot more talent. So we received injuries to Alfredo Griffin this year and Dave Anderson. We filled in with a big leaguer. We received injuries to Pedro Guerrero and even traded him away. We got John Tudor. But when Pedro went down, Danny Heap and Mickey Hatcher filled in, and Tracy Woodson, big leaguers. In the past, we were filling these guys in with minor leaguers, and we were hoping they could compete at this level. Now we're putting guys in there that we know can compete at that level. And then above and beyond that, we have everyday big leaguers like Kurt Gibson and Alfredo Griffin and Mike Scioscia, and some of the new acquisitions out in the bullpen of Jesse Orozco and Jay Howell, that on a day-in and day-out basis, we are better than the opposing team, and that's what's made the difference.
A lot of fans are concerned about Fernando. What do you think?
Fernando's going to be back. He had a great outing before, just last, 3 days ago against San Diego. Even though he gave up the 2-run home run in the first inning, he was outstanding. He had better mechanics than I've seen in a long time. He looks stronger than ever, and he's on his way back.
How's his attitude?
Oh, Fernando, he's got a great attitude. Yeah, cerveza, yeah. That's great attitude.
Yeah, based on what you said earlier, this probably won't be a problem, but do you ever sit down and worry about, after such a banner year as you've had this year and the possibility of a World Series, do you worry about coming back next year and being able to stay up with yourself?
No, because I just worry about being the best I can be on a day-in and day-out basis, and that's all I can live with. If I accomplish what the world says is great and I accomplish a win, that's fine. If I don't, that's fine also, because all I can be is the best I can be and look at myself in the mirror and say I gave it my best. And for me to be disappointed that I didn't get the streak if I'd gotten that close, or for me to be disappointed that we have a bad World Series or a bad playoffs, I'm not going to have that problem. The only thing I can get frustrated with is if I get up in the morning and don't give it my best.
Yeah.
We'd be frustrated, too.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
I
about
know.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
We just would.
What's going to go through your mind on that first inning that you get a hit? Somebody gets a hit off you. Will it?
Well, I'm not worried about the hit, but I think the reporters and everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon when I give up my first run.
That's what I mean.
It's
I'm
probably
sorry.
going to end up in the playoffs if it happens.
It won't happen.
If we go through the whole playoffs and I don't give up a run, the streak's going to look at like 90 innings. I think it's not. I think it's going to end.
Will it be a letdown for you personally?
Or will you be happy that it's over?
I'm not going to have a problem with giving up a run, because at the next point when I give up a run, hopefully we'll have two and still win the game. The point that's happened to this point is that I've been throwing shutouts, and I've won 2 of them 1-0, a couple of them 2-0. 4 or 5 of the starts have gone 0-0 into the 7th. So even giving up a run, it wasn't a loss of the streak. It was probably a loss of a game, and that was bigger to me at the moment. Just getting the wins. So now, into the playoffs, hopefully we'll jump out to a 3 or 4-0 lead against the Mets, and then I'll give up my run, and it won't be that big a deal. It'll just be we're ahead, and I gave up a run, and it cut our lead.
Neat that the team is what you think of first and foremost. I guess that's the way it should be, but neat to hear you say it.
Well, you hang around with those guys, and this is a team sport, and
Is it a tight, close-knit team?
yes,
Friends?
it's unbelievable how quick we came together. You've got really an Olympic team there. We've got guys from Oakland, we've got guys from Baltimore, we've got leftovers from Dodgers, we've got minor leaguers that have come up. Now we've got a guy from St. Louis, 2 guys. We've got a White Sox, Ricky Horton. We've got a St. Louis Cardinal, John Tudor. So it's like an Olympic team there, but we all came together, in the number one attitude, and I think it comes from Fred Clare. He went out and got gamers. These are guys that all want to go out and win.
Yeah.
These guys, and when you have that in common, there's a bond when you walk in that locker room. No matter what walk of life you came from, there's a bond when you walk through those doors of that clubhouse that everybody in here knows that everybody's going to do their best to win. We go out on the field, we do our best to win, and that's what we're going to give the city of L.A. I can't guarantee you a World Series or a World Championship. I can't guarantee you we're going to beat the Mets, but I can guarantee you that 24 guys that walk on that field are going to give their best, because that's the kind of team we've got this year.
Oh, beautiful for spacious.
We're going to be back. We're going to let you talk to Orel here, so give us a call. We'll be right back. Mark and Brian.
Orel Hershiser is our special guest today.
And we've been kind of hogging him here, so we're going to take a phone call. But first, could you just tell the audience what you just talked about? Sometimes you'll have a little problem with the catcher.
Well, if we're in the midst of a heated argument or can't get along with a catcher, he won't put down the right sign at times. He put down curveball, you shake it off. He puts it down again because he thinks it's the right pitch. You shake it off. He puts it down again, you shake it off, and you say, next time he puts it down, you just say yes, and you throw fastball and hit him right in the mat.
Yeah. That's the kind of stuff we like to know.
All right, real quickly before we are going to go to the phone, the people have been waiting forever. Throughout your ordeal, how was your wife? How did she handle this?
Well, we went through this. Another distraction that I had to keep my mind off the streak was the birth of our second child. Jordan Douglas came along, and Jordan spent 4 days in intensive care with fluid in his lungs.
Oh, boy.
And the team took off to Cincinnati, and I did not visit them in Cincinnati. I joined them in Houston, and that's where my fourth shutout, I think, was. And I went right from off the field of pitching the shutout to go right to the phone to find out how the baby was and doing the interviews. And then really my mind was on another priority at that time, so that start went by the wayside very quickly. And then Jordan pulled out of the woods, and the fluid cleared, and he had caught a little jaundice, but he's fine now, and he's home, and Jamie's home, and I'm saying hi to them right now because I know they're listening.
Jamie's your 4-year-old?
No, Jamie is my wife.
Okay. Which would be the 4-year-old?
Sometimes she's 4.
No,
No,
of course she is. Of course she is.
And my little one is, the oldest is 4. Orel Leonard Hershiser the 5th. We call him Quentin. We give him a chance so he doesn't have to go through life with that name Orel.
So,
and
does Quentin know what's going on with Dad? Is he excited?
the only thing Quentin knows about Dad is that Dad's a baseball player and Dad has to sign autographs, and Quentin allows me to sign about 10, and he says, now it's time to go home and play.
Does he take the limo rides with you and all that?
He's a veteran of the limo ride. He's been in about 100 limos, I think, already. He flew at 4 weeks old, and he's been on like 60 plane flights.
Quentin's wearing shades and doing the sun tanning beds.
Dudes!
Yeah. All right, let's go to these darn phones.
Okay, any line at all, or is there anything on there?
I think they're all going to be about the same.
Let's begin at the beginning then.
Believe it or not, you're on the air with Orel Hershiser.
Hello, Orel. This is Junebug. How you doing today?
All right.
Good. Gentlemen, I'd like to congratulate all you guys. You guys are a team in Los Angeles, and Los Angeles represents nothing but the finest. The finest fans, the finest teams of athletic, the finest organization comes from Southern California, and that's Los Angeles altogether. And my comment is, on you, Orel, we're behind you 100%, regardless what the outcome is at the end of the year, because we're shooting for the best. And whatever the outcome is, that's what it is.
Those are the kind of fans we need. We really need people to stand behind us and believe that we're out there giving our best, and that's the kind of team we've got.
Thanks for calling, sir.
All right, good luck.
So long. Morning, you're on the air with Orel Hershiser. Okay, then you're not on the air with
Hello?
Orel Hershiser.
Yeah,
You're
go
on the
ahead,
air.
sir.
Yes, I wanted to ask a question about, in the beginning of the season there, in one of our local newspapers, there was this Dodger blue insert kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it had mentioned in there that Orel Hershiser's nickname was Opie.
Yeah, at one point.
What's his nickname now? Because I heard that Opie wasn't his nickname.
Well, Opie came about because I look like Richie Cunningham, the boy next door.
You really do, Orel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you guys don't look at all like your pictures on the side of the bus.
Thank you.
What are those, stand-ins?
We wish that were the case.
But the main nickname for me right now is Bulldog, and there's some sentiment right now to call me Dr. O. But I think I'll just stick with Bulldog because that's the name I came with.
Morning, you're on the air with Bulldog.
Bulldog. Well, congratulations, Bulldog.
Thank you.
My question is, okay, it was pretty much common knowledge this was your last chance to beat the record. And the game had to go 0-0 in order for you to do it and go into extra innings, right?
Well, that's not quite true because they were going to give me a relief appearance if it only gone 9 innings. But go ahead.
Okay. What was the possibility of probably the rest of the team knowing this, that maybe they weren't all that interested in scoring, so that you could go 0-0 and kind of help
Cut it out.
stay out there? What do you think?
Well, Mike Sosha came to me in the 8th inning, who is, one of our bona fide power hitters.
And one of your
Yeah, he's one of our sluggers, the awesome fivesome. They said, Orel, if I come up this inning with 2 out and nobody on, do you want me to go deep or do you want to go in extra innings? And I said, Mike, go ahead and get your single to left. We'll take the zeros.
So there you have it.
Take that.
All right there.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there we go. Good morning, you're on the air with Orel.
Yeah. Hey, Orel, I want to say congratulations, and it's an awesome record. I don't think it'll ever be broken again. And also congratulations on your family for being healthy, because I know that's probably the most important thing.
You got that right.
And I'd like to know what, I think they kind of got into this when they were talking to you earlier, but what do you do mentally to get yourself prepared for a game?
Well, the main thing that I do is distract myself earlier in the day, and then as the day gets closer and closer, I go over the hitters, the scouting reports, and the different things about the hitters. I'll watch videotape of the opposing team of only against successful outings. I won't look at a negative outing. I know I can remember what they hit. I can't remember what I got up. The first 10 or 15 minutes of the bullpen time is just to get my physical status up to par, to get myself loose, to get my mechanics correct. And then the last 5 minutes of the bullpen procedure down there, getting ready for the game, is the mental part of it, getting my game face on, starting to throw the balls exactly where I want to throw them, making precise pitches, because hopefully by that point I've gotten my physical attributes all together and I can just create the pitch physically and mentally. I'm just becoming in tune.
Morning, you're on the air with Orel Hershiser.
Good morning, Orel. How you doing?
All right, I'm doing great.
That's good. I just wanted to know what you really felt like when you went up there at the mound the first inning. I mean, were you really tense or were you really relaxed? Or
The very first inning, the very first 5 innings, all I wanted to do was not choke. I wanted to get to the point in the game where I had a chance to break the record, where we could just feel the intensity and the electricity in the stadium. And I wanted to get to that point where when you're out there watching a no-hitter or a perfect game where everybody in the stands knows what's going on. And I wanted to feel that feeling. And so the first 5 innings to me were the most gut-wrenching part of my whole life that I've ever been through. To bring myself to even throw the ball, it was tough to do.
did the fans really help you out?
The first 4 or 5 innings, no. There was a lot of cat calls. There was a lot of, you're going to blow it. They're going to give up a dinger here. It's all over.
Man.
You're not that good. Who do you think you are? And then as I got closer and closer, things started to warm up. And by the end, the San Diego fans, I could have really thought I was in Dodger Stadium, because they were giving me standing ovations, and I was getting cheering as I walked to and from the dugout and went to the on-deck circle. And you have to stand there while Alfredo Griffin is up to bat, and you're standing there probably around, within earshot, there's probably a couple thousand people that could get their voice and you could hear them. And most of those people were all yelling encouraging things by the 7th and 8th inning.
I bet that really helps you out too, don't it?
By the end, it does. In the middle, at the beginning, it's really tough, because you're out there trying to pump yourself up, trying to stay mentally in tune, and you've got these guys in the stands yelling, you're going to blow it, you're a dog, you're lucky, you can't do it. And you hear it, but you're just saying to yourself, don't think about that, don't listen to it. You can do it. Keep the ball down, throw strikes, just one pitch at a time, keep going.
Well, that's really good. Well, good luck with everything. I know everything will turn out okay. And I'm with Dodgers all the way.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Okay,
calling.
bye, Mark and Brian.
See ya.
See you. Thanks for calling, bud.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we ought to play a few commercials, maybe a one record, and come back, and we want to maybe talk about your youth as a baseball player and how that went. And
Didn't have a real good youth, did you, in baseball?
No, baseball was not very, very good to me.
Well, now it is.
get your hit to left, Sosha. All right, stand by.
Someday?
Huh?
Can I pick a song someday?
What do you want to hear, babe?
Oh, I don't know. We'll think about it.
All right,
I'll call in on the
anything you
request
wanna
line.
Look, we'll play it and then give you the album. It's yours. You can take it home with you.
In fact, take the studio. Take Rita.
She's yours.
We'll be back. All right, now that we've established, Orel, that your wife is Jamie and your son is Quentin, tell us about your wife. Is she your rock, your wall, your reality?
I think that
That was-
home
that
life is.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty deep for this show.
I know. That was
a little heavy, actually.
Very
But
heavy.
if you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
An oak.
But is she not, do you go home and forget about baseball when you're with her?
Our original conversations when I get home are usually about the game, how it went, and then we probably go straight to the kids and talking about that, and then we get back to ourselves, our relationship. But
How long have you been married?
we've been married since '81. We were married very young. I met her June 5th, and we were married August 31st, September 1st. We were engaged August 31st, 6 weeks later.
Wow.
And then we were married February 7th, 6 months. So it was quick.
How old
It was very quick.
How old were you?
Why you got to ask me that? I just turned 30, so in '81. I was born in '58, so I was 23.
Yeah.
So
Is the home life what you would like it to be at this point? Would you like to be able to?
are you listening, honey?
Yeah.
Well, she has been pregnant.
Things have been good at the house, huh? Orel?
No, actually not. I think pregnant women now.
Yeah.
How you doing there? I mean,
Well, she's not pregnant anymore.
okay then. Okay.
We got 6 weeks. We're off for a while.
Looking forward to some time off and just really relaxing.
Yeah, so we're going to be traveling a lot. It's going to be a very hectic off season because of what has come about. So we're on our way to Japan for an all-star tour. I'm going to go to Hawaii for the winter meetings for the Baseball Players Association, which I'm involved in.
Family be following you around to these places?
Yeah, Jamie's coming with me to Japan, and my attorney and my representative is going to come with me to Japan. The family's going to come to Hawaii. The Japan trip's 2 weeks, and Jamie's coming probably for a week, and then going to come back and be with the kids. It's too long to be away for the whole 2 weeks, but I've got to go the whole 2 weeks because that's what the tour is.
All right, let's go to the phone. We have a lot of people sitting here waiting to talk to you. Orel Hershiser, you're on the air with him.
How you doing, Orel?
All right.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say congratulations on what you just accomplished. I think it's a great feat. I can remember back when Drysdale set the record, I was just a kid, and it was something I thought would never be broken. And here you come 20 years later and do the same thing, and I think it's great.
There's a 10-year-old floating around right now that's going to break it someday.
Oh, well. Yeah, as long as it keeps it in the family and Dodger Blue, it's all right with me.
Okay.
And good luck against the Mets. And I'd like to tell you, what do you think the difference between this year and back when you went 19-3?
I don't think there's really a whole lot of difference other than I've matured mentally. I think the same physical capabilities are there, but when I walk to the mound, I have the experience of 5 years now under my belt, and I've been through most of the wars. So whatever experience or whatever confrontation I have out there, I've pretty much been through it and can relive it at that point and go from there and just be a little bit better.
Well, it looks like you are. When you're on the mound, you look like a different person. You look more intense all the time, and you know what you're going to do, and you're just going to go out there and do it and get the job done.
Well, in '85, you're looking at a guy that was, just after his rookie year and just working hard to still stay in the big leagues. And I was still learning myself, learning my body, learning what mental approach worked the best. And now things have been a little bit more refined, and I feel better about myself. I feel like I'm more capable, that I can deal with failure and success a little bit better even out there on the mound. And every game brings a new situation. I might be a sinker ball pitcher with a good curveball and a decent changeup, but on any given night, that sinker ball could leave me, and I've got to learn how to pitch without it. I've got to learn how to pitch when I have my great breaking ball and learn how to pitch when I don't have my great breaking ball. Back in '85, the reason I had a 33 2/3 inning streak, and the reason that happened is just because of sheer ability. It was no mental approach to the game. It was just go out there and be a brain-dead heaver.
A brain-dead heaver. There's a good nickname.
And just heave the ball and throw it the best of your ability. Or young kid, just go out there and the hitters can't hit it. But now I'm more of a tactician out there. I know the game. I know the hitters. I feel the league out, and every situation is different to me, and I just keep on going forward.
Well, that's great. Then anyway, good luck against the Mets. I'll see you guys take it in 6. How's that?
Okay.
All right, bye.
Every Sunday morning, I'm usually a brain-dead heaver. A different kind of heaving.
We understand
But
what
it's a
you're saying
heaving
there.
kind of thing.
Porcelain god.
This is really neat because of what you have done now. You are going to be an idol to kids all over the world in most cases. You are a devout Christian. You are a professional ball player, professional athlete that no one at this point can touch. What would you say to these young kids that are listening and that are leaning on every move that you make?
Well, first and foremost, I feel it's a responsibility to those kids. The other big leaguers and other professional athletes that don't feel like this is a responsibility, I think, are missing the boat. First and foremost, that those kids are out there, and this just comes with the territory. But any kids are out there, I'd say dream that dream and believe it, because I was a kid that got cut from his high school team his freshman and sophomore year when other guys around me in my freshman and sophomore class were playing varsity. I was a guy who got a partial scholarship to Bowling Green State University in Ohio, that baseball metropolis.
Yeah, you betcha, buddy. You betcha.
I got a partial ride there to pay my out-of-state fees and was cut from that team my freshman and sophomore year. Was academically ineligible my freshman year with a 1.8 after coming out of high school with a 3.5, and college was just too big for me to handle. And just those kids out there, you just got to keep working and going forward. Don't believe everyone when they say you can't make it. If you think you can make it, keep working, but always work and always try hard, because if you fall or fail at the goal that you've originally put yourself into, if you keep working hard, you're going to succeed at something. Once you fail, don't give up. Keep working hard. The people that fail and give up are the people that falter and don't make a success out of their life. The people that fail and keep going and keep working hard finally find some success.
In a lot of cases, when you're really trying for a goal, you may fall short of that goal, but even though you fell short, you're a better person for having tried as hard as you did.
I think so, and goals are tough because you have to set different goals. For me, and I have a lot of interim goals. A 9-inning game is a long time to have a goal that I want to throw a shutout or get to the end of the game. So I break the game into 3 sets. I have 3-inning sets. I go out there and try and throw 3 zeros the first 3 innings and be ahead that set. If we score a run in the first inning, I say, all right, I'm ahead 1-0 in this set, and I try and win that set. And then the next, it comes to the top of the 4th, and it's a new set, and we're ahead 1-0. Now I give up 2 runs. Well, I'm down 2-0 in that set, but I won the first set, so it's 2-1. And I get to, I just set interim goals. 9 innings is so long, and a life is so long, and a career is so long. They ask you, what do you want to do this year? Win 20 games, be the Cy Young, make the All-Star team. Yes, I want to do all that, but what are the goals for tomorrow and today?
Right.
Let's go to the phones. If a little more. This is Orel Hershiser, ladies and gentlemen. The Orel Hershiser of the Market Brain Program. Good morning. You're on the air. No, you're not. Yes, you are. Hello.
Yes, this is Gary Franklin for Orel, please.
Oh, well, great. Sorry, Orel. This is Gary calling.
Go ahead, Gary, real quickly.
Well, yes, an extraordinary achievement, and I take my hat off to you, sir. But the fact of the matter is, how are you going to parlay this into a show business career that I think is the right of any man who has achieved so much success in the athletics field? If I may, just for a second, if you can recall, Chuck Connors used to play professional baseball, and look at what the career was that he went on to with the riflemen and Roots and things like that.
Well, I'd be something like the pistol person.
Well, may I make a suggestion, sir, and you can pay me a slight royalty if this should come to fruition on television?
Yeah, go right ahead.
I suggest that with your Opie-esque good looks and all, that perhaps you could go into a situation comedy where you might be an evangelist and somebody that can impart the words that you just did to the youngsters. Orel Hershiser, our preacher.
That'd be great.
Do you want to give him a rating there on your scale?
Yes, of course I would.
Yes, I thought you would.
On the Franklin scale of 1 to 10, 10 inches being best, I give Orel a 10 plus.
Thank you,
Thank
Gary
you.
Franklin.
Gary used to play baseball. He used to be a catcher, would catch the ball in his neck.
Isn't that
Yes,
neat?
there's a double chin thing right there.
That's how he got his accents.
All right, thanks. Get off the phone.
All right, see you, Gary.
All right, you're on the air with Orel Hershiser.
Mr. Hershiser.
Yes, God bless you.
Yeah, I was,
Hey, we weren't going to bring up the name thing, so neither should you.
Gesundheit.
I was wondering why a man of, you're above average intelligence, future Hall of Famer, why you would subject yourself to two psychos like Mark and Brian.
Oh, thanks so much, sir. Glad you're on the phone.
Well, I'm not subjecting myself to two cycles. These guys are two guys that are great comedy, and they're down-to-earth human beings, and you've got to be a great comedian and a great human being to be able to relate to people like they do.
Okay.
All right, then.
Okay.
And Orel, go ahead and tell him that you listen to us, too.
Oh, I listen to you. Are you choking on something?
You okay?
I think he feels something in his nose.
I think he does.
I think we better hang up on him around the room before he gets that virus. Let's try line 12.
Okay, well, hang on. Let's get to line 12 then.
Good morning.
Hey, yeah, how you guys doing?
Right.
All right.
Just sitting here counting my appearances.
He hadn't dropped that money thing yet.
$1,500 an hour.
That's what it is.
Orel, I wanted to ask you, how does it feel to surpass one of your childhood heroes?
Well, it really hasn't kicked in yet, and if I had it all to say, and I would, I wish I wouldn't have done it at some point, because you break a dream and you break an idol in your own heart, and now for me to take that pedestal on at times, it seems like pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah, there's a lot of 10-year-old kids there, though, that admire you.
Well, I think that's fantastic, and I hope I can hold up everything that their parents are. If their parents are saying, "Look at me," I've got a lot of weight to hold up.
I just wanted to say, it's been 7 long years since we've had a pennant. Dodgers have to do it this year.
Well, we're going to try our best. We failed in '83 and we failed in '85, and I was on both of those clubs, and I hope third time's a charm.
That's the thing. See, in '83, against Philadelphia, you had a Philadelphia 11-1 during the season.
That's right.
And
Same
they
thing
came
the
back
Mets.
and swept you.
That's
And
right.
So this year with the Mets, let's see if history can repeat itself.
I hope it comes back around.
Okay, well, have a good season, and congratulations.
Thank you.
In many ways, you're very fortunate to be playing on a team like the Dodgers, because most every year they're going to have a good year. The fans will, in most games, fill that place up to a degree. I mean, they really do support the team. And I would think, from the standpoint of a professional athlete, this would be a garden spot to play.
Well, you want to play for an organization that has a commitment to winning, and that's what we have here, where there's a commitment to putting a winning ball club on the field. Even the last 2 years with the so-called failures of the fourth place, really the 1 year we were hit by injury, the 1 year even when we won in '85, everybody said that was our rebuilding year, and we won, and everybody forgot that we were building from the Garvey and the Say years. But we went out and won. And here under the microscope in L.A., when you have world championships either at UCLA or the Lakers or the Rams or the Raiders, if you're not winning a world championship, you're a nobody. So we've really got to go out there and try and win it when you're in the Dodger organization.
Oh, boy. The
All right.
pressure you must have.
Let's taking one. All right, you're on the air with Orel.
Hi, congratulations, Orel.
Thank you.
Yes, listen, I was wondering, you're just saying all this great stuff, that I was wondering how it feels to be in an organization where you can do it and set a world record without doing any drugs, and that was just amazing. You can show the whole world that it can be done.
Well, as I said, there's no steroids in this body. It's
pretty obvious.
I've got a concave chest. But they don't need a tape measure to take my measurements. But I think, as far as the drugs are concerned, I think that's a part-time high that can be a detriment to your life and to your body, and that's not for me. And I would steer anybody away from that stuff. As far as using drugs to enhance athletic ability, I think that's wrong also, because people are going out there with a lot of a natural athletic ability, putting their spirit on the line as they take the field. And anybody who thinks that cheating is right, I think should just go out there with his God-given ability and compete with everybody else on a level time.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thanks for calling, sir.
We used the word hero at the beginning of this interview, and now after listening to Orel, you kind of get the idea why. He's not in it for the fast cars. He's not in it to make a lot of trouble, to get his picture in the paper, although he does want the $1,500 money. It is serious. But his priorities, his religious beliefs, his family, and his team, that's what got him this far. And
it's a lot easier to share with people than it is to just go home and be by yourself. I think life's a lot more fun. Just meeting you guys and having fun here today. This is the fun part, and being with my family is the fun part. Relating to other human beings, and then with teammates, that's fantastic. If you go through life without friends and people, I think you're missing the boat.
so how do you deal with the negative people?
The negative people, to me, let's go back to the day the streak was broken in the morning, and I went off to take a cab ride, and I got in the cab, and the guy recognized me, and he was upset that I had a chance to break Drysdale's record and did not want to give me a ride in his cab.
Whoa, man.
And the second thing he was mad about, because he had probably waiting in line for about an hour at the hotel, because the cabs have to get in line, and then they get the next ride up, and I only wanted to go across the highway to TGI Fridays. About a $4 ride. And I said, look, buddy, I'm sorry I got a chance to break the record. I'm sorry, he's your hero. You know, Don's a great guy, believe me, and I've just got to do my best. And he said, I'm sorry. You know, he was just airing me out up one side and down the other. I just got in the next cab.
Are you going to take this particular situation and parlay that, as many athletes do, into sponsors for, spokesmen?
Products?
Yeah,
Depends. My theory on that is if the product is worthwhile and they want me, and it's not going to take enough time away from my home life, I'm not going to go out there and chase the almighty dollar. But you might see me in a few commercials if they want me, something really special that I think is a very quality done product and quality done commercial. But I'm not going to go out there and just
do anything.
Like Bob Plant.
Hello, Coca-Cola's not there.
All right, we got to go. We will be back for one last visit with Orel.
Yeah, we'll try to, if you're sitting on the phone waiting, we're going to try to clean the phones that one time and let you all get your question in.
You listen to the commercials, because we're going to run around here and give Orel a human sandwich.
That's what we're going to do. That's his tune. He digs that.
We caught him singing there for a minute.
Slamming down a little singing.
He had the headphones on and he was wailing.
Okay, yeah, our sister station, KBC over there, they're like begging for you, Orel. They want you now. And we told them, frankly, wait until we're done.
Yeah, when we're finished with him. Yeah, we'll be getting Orel over there again. Okay, we're going to finish up and take some phone calls here.
Yeah, do you mind if we finish up all these calls real quickly?
Go for it.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead, you're on the air.
Hello, Mark and Brian and Orel. Congratulations, Orel.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to give my impersonation of Keith Jackson. Hello, everybody. Again, this is Keith Jackson.
Thanks so much, sir. Good that you called and did that.
Okay.
Incredible.
Got a question?
Yeah, I know you don't condone steroids. You're an American hero, but something really made me feel horrible last night. I was watching the news, and I saw Tex Schramm say that he wanted Ben Johnson to come and try out.
Right.
And also,
See, but steroids aren't condemned in the NFL yet, or in professional athletics.
How can they not do that? How can they say that it's only good in amateur sports?
Well, that's going to have to see, but you're dealing with unions and you're dealing with players' associations and owners, and for that law to come down, it's either going to have to come from the government or through the different associations. So right now, anybody like that is eligible.
So they're basically saying it's okay to do it as long as you're professional.
Right now, or it's okay to do it no matter, depending on where it's outlawed. But I think that the deal right now is that, not the fact that everybody should come down on hard on Ben Johnson and all these guys that supposedly have used steroids, is that we need to come down in society and either decide that they're right or wrong and draw a line somewhere. The Olympic Committee has made their decision, but we have to make a decision as a society and a whole athletic community.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks for calling,
Good question.
sir. Hey, sir,
Yeah.
because it was such a fine question, how would you like to go to the Dodgers game tomorrow night?
We've
I
got
would
tickets
love
up.
to go to the Dodgers.
We got tickets up at Bob Euchre land. Sure, you want them?
I got to hear your Keith Jackson, and please don't take that off the air. I love that.
All right, Keith.
No.
Keith, award these to him. Keith, come over here real quick, Keith.
Hello again, everybody. This is Keith Jackson, and we really appreciate having Dwight Gooden on the show today.
Sophomore.
A sophomore. I'm going to give you some tickets. These are pretty... Shut up, sir. We're going to give you some tickets for tomorrow's game against the Giants. So congratulations. Hello, everybody. This is Keith Jackson.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you very much. Fine job, Keith. Thank you, Keith. Very fine. Keith, thank you. Thank you, Keith. If you could get
That's why we don't like him on the show.
Oh, you can never get him off.
So, Nurse Susan, that guy gets the tickets.
Line 1 to the dude on the thing there. Okay, here we go.
You're on the air with Orel.
How you guys doing?
Fine.
Keeping out of trouble?
Yeah.
Get to the question, sir.
Get to the question in a hurry. Okay. Hey, I got a good one here for you. Orel, now that
We'll be the judge of that.
Pardon me?
Go ahead.
Now that you've beaten Don Drysdale's record, are you going to be going to Disneyland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are going to be. Are you going to wait for
I'm going to the state fair.
All right, thank you.
All right.
See ya.
Okay.
You're on the air with Orel Hershiser. Go ahead with it.
Hey, LA's great. How you doing, Orel, Mark, and Brian?
Fine.
Hey.
This guy's been smoking the coffee grounds.
Think so.
No, I'm just all LA, man. I wanted to ask you, what influence has Tommy Lasorda had on you throughout all these years? You know, the Dodgers have stuck with you. What influence has Tommy had with you?
Well, I think Tommy has been a great inspiration. You know, Tommy's mouth never stops after the national anthem, and he's a great motivator. To play 162 games, it gets boring out there at times. Believe me, it's a job, and to have a guy like Tommy around who's so enthusiastic and such a gamer and wants to win every game and plays every game like it's the last game ever played on Earth, it's a great guy to play for. That is his forte is just motivation of players.
All right.
Saw the film clip last night, or the other night of, you just broke the record. Tommy runs out in the field and he hugs your thigh.
Right.
That guy tried to jump up and grab your neck.
I hugged his neck. I think that was his neck.
You never know with him.
You can't tell. You're on the air with Orel Hershiser. Go ahead.
Good morning, Orel. My name is Lisa Altier, and I attended that baseball metropolis, Bowling Green State University, with you.
Oh, great.
I don't expect you to remember me, but I was a Golden Heart to the Sigma Phi Epsilon fraternity.
And I was a Sig Ep.
And I know you remember Mac McLaughlin and Bud McLaughlin.
That's right.
Annie McLaughlin. Anyway, I just wanted to congratulate you.
Don't tell me anything more because my wife's listening.
Oh, no, just friends. Anyway, I just want to congratulate you. When I found out that you lived out here and played for the Dodgers, I thought it was pretty cool that of all places that you'd end up, you know, it's L.A. So good luck to you. Congratulations.
That's great. Hey, I'm glad we're not back there in that snow country.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Thanks for calling, ma'am.
Brian, you guys are cool. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling. All right, you're on the air with Orel, and if it's good, we got a pair of tickets for you.
Oh, sounds great.
Go ahead. Make it good.
No, not that good. Or they say that Dodger Stadium is the jewel of the National League, and I want to know if there's any other parks that you really feel comfortable pitching in, especially how Shea to pitch in.
Well, I like pitching in Shea, just the fact that it's made out of grass. I don't like that turf. I can get turf to death with my sinker and that AstroTurf. That stuff should be outlawed.
You get some tricky bouncers, huh?
Yeah, well, there should be an elasticity test of that stuff because half the time, one time you go to a turf and it doesn't bounce very much. The next time you take a ball and drop it from your waist and it bounces to your shoulder. And so we're playing on different surfaces at times, and it depends on the surface on how you pitch.
That must be tough.
But the Dodger Stadium is the best.
I think it's the fairest park in the big leagues is what I've played. I've got to say the National League because I haven't played in the American League parks because the ball has to be hit well to be a home run, and if you hit a ball in the infield, you hit it well, it gets through, but if you don't, it's a ground out. So I have to say it's the fairest.
Sounds good. Mark and Brian, I want to let you know I will do anything for tickets. Anything.
You will?
Here at Shearson, we will do anything for tickets.
Pay my appearance fee.
Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be nice.
I tell you what we'll do. We'll give you the tickets, and we can cut a deal later.
Cut a deal. You got it.
You give us a call later. Okay, you got 2 tickets for tomorrow's game.
Sounds good, bud.
They might even have playoff tickets here someday.
That's what I want.
Oh, no.
Playoff. We don't want you guys already clinched it. We want playoff.
You know how good these guys are to you listeners? I offered them playoff tickets.
Oh, look at the time.
I offered them playoff tickets to give away, and they said, we'll keep them.
Oh, well, thanks, Orel.
All right, Nurse Susan.
No, thanks so much.
Line 5 for these.
All right, we got to go. We have a few gifts for him, though.
Oh, parting gifts?
Yeah.
All right.
Are we somebody else on the line?
Yeah, we got a few more. Let's quickly try to knock these out. If you could ask your question real quickly.
All right.
Because we just want to say one thing. Bob Coburn is in the building.
Yes, he is, and you know what that means. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Orel, congratulations.
Thank you.
I just wanted to tell you that I particularly wasn't a Dodger fan. I was starting to get really down on you guys last year, and I feel that you guys acquired Gibson, and you two guys are pretty much inspirations for the team, and you kind of got me back into it. So,
Are you pretty much saying you're a front runner?
well, I guess you could
say that. I guess I kind of like the Angels when they won it too.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Well, it's fun to root for a winner.
Anyways, I was wondering. I know that you're not particularly a power pitcher, and I want to know what your out pitch is, what you throw most often when you think you can get a guy out.
Well, my sinking fastball is my out pitch, and you're right, I'm not a power pitcher, but because I throw a sinker, it's not the kind like Tommy John throws up there, about 78 or 80. My pitch probably is clocked between 88 and 92, so the difference between a power pitcher and me is just that the power pitcher's ball rides up in the strike zone, he pitches higher in the strike zone, and I try and get the ball to sink, and I'm trying to get the spin of the ball to go down instead up. So if I try to throw the ball hard, and like a power pitcher, I can get it into the mid-90s, maybe 92, 93, but I'm trying to get a different action on the ball.
One more quick question. What's wrong with Tim Leary?
I think Tim Leary's just having a little mechanical problem, and he's going to be fine. Everybody goes through a little slump. I don't like to call them slumps because we're all human, and you just go out there and you try your best every day, and sometimes it doesn't fall into place.
Okay, thanks a lot. Have a good series.
Thanks for calling, sir.
Bye.
Okay, that'll pretty much wrap it. Orel, we can't thank you enough for taking the time out to come by and be with us. Number one, we're glad that everything went well with your new child, Jordan.
Yeah.
And
we're also glad to see the man behind the hero is a human being.
Yeah.
That's awful nice for us, not only for us, but all of Los Angeles.
Well, I'm glad to get through this thing without you guys mentioning the fact that I stiffed you for 2 times, and I thought I was just going to get aired out.
You came back.
That's right.
We've also learned a neat term for you home listeners there. For some pitchers in professional baseball, they could be called brain-dead heavers. A neat new term, so we need to keep that in mind.
Got some gifts for you, Orel.
Yes, we do.
And these are the Mark and Brian Pool Pals, or Jashuzis if you have a Jashuzi.
And this would be the Mark and Brian Pickle Picker. That, of course, you can stick that down in the jar and grab your pickle whenever you need to, or it can be used for...
And Orel, try to remember those tips we gave you on that curveball. Okay?
If you could, just kind of grab it like we told you and showed you. Yeah. What about those playoff tickets you were talking about?
Need to get together.
Can we talk about that? Yeah, okay, we'll need to cut it.
By the way, did you get dressed in the dark today? What happened here?
What do you think about with that shirt? Did that used to be like a flag for a foreign country?
Okay. I was coming back.
No. Orel did say he will be coming back in the near future, and we can't wait to have him.
Okay, a parting note, Orel, you are a tremendously fabulous human being. You're a credit to youngsters who will like baseball, and thank you.
And a credit to the game, and a credit to Los Angeles, and a credit to all of us.
Right.
So whoop me 5, dude. All right, have a good weekend, everybody.